You're gonna give me another note. Oh, sorry. I'm joking. You can give me all the notes you want. I'm joking. I'm so paranoid. He looks at me. I'm like, what'd I do wrong? This is a childhood thing. It's clearly trauma. What'd I do? Why me? Why are you looking at me? Hello, folks. I'm Gerard Butler.
And I'm O'Shea Jackson Jr., and today we will be comparing notes.
Just talking about things we have in common.
Doesn't seem painful at all.
All right. We both did not intend to be actors.
Very true. Well, I didn't know that about you, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no.
Well, let me tell you. No, I wanted to be an actor when I was like 10 years old and went and did some theater. And the bug kept striking me. It got me like 15 again for a bit, but I thought I would, do the responsible thing. So I went into law school and I trained as a lawyer and I became, I believe, the first trainee lawyer in the history of the Scottish legal system to be fired before qualifying. Weirdly, even though that was the worst day of my life in a way, because your mommy's telling everybody, my boy's going to be a lawyer. And then it went from there to there. But it opened the way, and an interesting life lesson is, so often when you think the worst thing that's happened turns out to be the best thing that could possibly have happened later in hindsight.
Have you ever played a lawyer?
Can't remember what I've done in my career.
We got to get
By the
you
way,
there.
I never thought, and I just say, it is funny that you go, when you start out, you go, just give me a role, any role, like even one movie.
Yeah.
And then you get to the stage where you're like, did I ever play a lawyer? I can't remember. It's like, wow. No, I don't think I did. When you were a kid, what was your dream? What did you imagine or want to be when you were growing up?
When I was real young, I wanted to do anything in marine biology, anything like, oceanography or just dealing in that world. The older I got and I realized that being a professional basketball player was out of the question, I went to USC for screenwriting. I didn't know that that's even what I wanted to do either until I had a teacher put a notebook in front of me because I was daydreaming in class. He said, listen, whatever you're thinking about, just write it down because you're not here. And when you get back here, please give me all of your attention. So, long story short, we go and make the plan to be a screenwriter in USC. And in the middle of my second year, my dad tells me that they're taking the NWA movie serious. And I was just like, man, that's good, Dad. I'm happy for you. He was like, no, dude. Like, I need you. In a perfect world, you would play me.
Yeah.
Yo, Drake, what up? I got something to say.
And then from there, I started the auditioning process, convinced him to let me leave school so I could take acting serious. Yeah, I've been trying to make it work ever since.
My first professional role was in a Shakespeare play. I was assisting the casting director, so I was letting in all the actors and taking off all their names. And they were all Royal Shakespeare Company and performers, and I'd never had an engagement in life, and I had zero Shakespeare training. But the idea was maybe I could talk to the director during this process. So I did. On the second day, I was suddenly in a coffee shop with him and talk about taking those moments. He's like, so what do you do? Are you an actor? And I was like, no, I don't know. I'd love to read for this. And he said, yeah, come in. And I was the last person to go in after 2 days of auditioning. And at the end, she walked up, the cast director, and said, he said you were the best he's seen. And then he walked up and said, so you want a job? And I got to tell you, it was the happiest day of my life. And I had just sobered up because, as a lawyer, I was pretty crazy training as a lawyer. And I'd just kind of gotten my together. And so I walked home that night, didn't go to the pub, didn't go, and just walked home going, my God, this is my dream. And it wasn't even a big role. It was just in the ensemble. But it was the most high. And then you realize in a moment like that as well that you're living your purpose. This is for sure what you want to be doing. It just all felt so right. I'd never experienced an excitement like that and more guilt-free than creating an excitement for all the wrong reasons,
Right. All right. Yes. Multiples are stretched for me. But, I got two other ones besides Den of Thieves. I did Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That's messed up. And I did the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And I think the main difference is I can actually see what I'm scared of in Den of Thieves.
You stole diamonds from the mafia? Like I knew. Swim. I can't swim that far. I'm negatively buoyant.
Those other movies, I'm dealing with so much blue screen that it's just like the craziest form of playing pretend. and you just look crazy.
I know what you mean about blue screen. I've done a lot on blue screen, which is kind of weird because often in the film it looks badass. And it's funny because I when you ask that question, I realize I have done a lot of action, and so many things have gone wrong. So many things have gone right too. When I made Chasing Mavericks, I learned to surf for that movie, but thought if I could surf Mavericks, just even get on there and if they could use any of that. And I did, but I ended up getting taken down by a huge set of waves, almost drowned. I thought I was done. They had to take me out, take me to hospital, give me the defibrillator. I mean, it was intense. Yeah. And I've been in car smashes, where with Pierce Brosnan, who drove me straight into a wall, James Bond himself. And this thing was supposed to stop as he was supposed to slam the brakes. We hit a wall on a rooftop, 3-foot-high wall, full speed in a Range Rover. It destroyed my neck, and it was after 300. I was already so beaten up in 300, And in fact, in 300, I remember every day somebody was getting taken to the hospital. You'd be doing the fight, you turn around, there's a guy down there, a spear went in his eye. Another time you turn around, there's a guy over there just fell, broke his ankle. I've scarred Hilary Swank on the head with my literally the clips her head. She has a scar. Almost shot Angelina Jolie on the face.
Talk about taking the fun out of life.
I was coming down, hanging upside down. I had to fire a gun, but I had no control over where this thing went. So I was just firing, and I just missed. I mean, it is insane. I've been shot by bullets, casings, explosions. A whole camera rig once fell down on Hilary Swank, and it just started coming down, kept going. And we're like, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, blue screen is crazy.
Wait, were you talking about blue screen?
No.
Was that the question?
It was just that my
Oh,
answer.
okay. I was like, oh my God, did I
answer
just
was
give the wrong answer?
seriously just about blue screen because I've only done 4 action movies and 2 of them were with you. And then... Next question, please. We both worked in the music industry. Yeah, when I was 18, I was going on tour with my dad, and I was helping build the sets for, my dad's show, breaking them down. I was part of crew. He would bring us out to do a couple songs with him. After the concert, help pack up everything for the bus and do it again. And that's what I did, and I got a bug bite from it because I just loved entertaining. I got such a rush from a crowd. I really thought that that's something I wanted to pursue, and then when I came around and acting was a real possibility, I looked at it and I was like, I have a choice here, because I've always felt like my father was never given roles that I knew he could kill, because they see him as Ice Cube already. Right. So it was important for me to take the family name to heights it's never been, and so I felt like I could do that with acting more than I could do it with music, because I felt like his name in music is just untouchable.
Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blunt, and it read Ice Cube's a pimp.
Another comparison is when I was younger, much younger, I also went on tour with my dad. And, my dad was a bookie and had gone bust, and we were being chased by moneylenders and sheriff's officers. So I did a bit of a tour there. I can see my assistants like, shut up. That's not about music. I was also in a band. I mean, I wasn't in the music industry. That's why when I heard that, I was like, wait, music industry? But I have been involved in music, I guess. But I was in a band when I was training as a lawyer, and we were called Speed of Life. And then we got lazy and we called ourselves Speed because that was cool, and maybe something certain people did at that time. And I became the lead singer, but I got that bug too, doing that, like the performing, the live audience feel, and singing. It was amazing. But then suddenly I find myself singing for Andrew Lloyd Webber for Phantom of the Opera.
Let your soul take you where you long to be.
That is not easy to sing, and I had never had a singing lesson in my life. I just like to sing, and I could sing with a vibrato. But I do remember Andrew Lloyd Webber saying, this is going to change your career. Your career will become very about music. Might move away from acting. And I was thinking, no, I don't think so, and I don't really want it to. I love that I'm getting the opportunity to be in music and sing, but I don't ever think that it's going to change what I want to do, which is act. I've sang a few times now in movies, and I love singing, but first and foremost, an actor.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We both have nicknames.
First of all, number one, my stage name OMG was completely fabricated by my father.
I bet these motherfuckers know who I am. It's OMG.
And he should pay for his crimes because my name came from, there was a thing called the And One Mixtape, which is a street ball league, and it was these guys who would do tricks with the basketball that were just different than professional basketball, and they were insane. And the thing when we were in 4th, 5th grade was everybody came up with their street ball nickname. My nickname was Oh My Goodness, because everything I did, my homie Kyle would be on the side, oh my goodness. And so that was my name, and my dad halfway heard this and goes on the Ellen show and tells everybody my artist name is OMG,
My middle son is OMG.
which means oh my God, not oh my goodness.
Right.
OMG.
And he named himself as well?
Of course.
And so he poisoned me from the beginning. But we love my dad.
I don't have a nickname.
I mean, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry, which is Harley.
That's how I feel about Shay. My name's Shay, like the
Okay.
butter. Your name's Nick and Den of Thieves too.
Oh, yeah. But that's very good. That's actually about my only story with nicknames, is I have a nickname in this movie.
All right. We both live next door to each other.
When we were filming Den of Thieves, he had a lovely house. By the way, remember how beautiful that was under this volcano in Tenerife. It was one of the most breathtaking views, looking out to the ocean and then a volcano. And it was on the other side of the island. And I was staying in this hotel, which I was, every time I went in, I was taking a ton of photos. And I'm like, I need a place to go and breathe. Turns out the best place available was right next door to Shay.
It was so hilarious because I remember being in the house that they hooked me up in Spain, and then we kept looking over and it was like, it's a lot of commotion in the next door house. The next door house was empty. But I'm like, okay, they seem to be cleaning the pool, they're cleaning the lawn. Now they're doing laundry over there. I think somebody's moving over there, dude. It's like, no, man, I don't want a neighbor, man. Like, we play our music loud, we be outside. Like, I don't need a neighbor, man. Who the hell is sitting there? We're thinking it's just gonna be some local. It was your ass. I was like, oh, it's Gerard.
I had to keep an eye on you.
I was like, oh, that's fine. I've never had the camaraderie that we've had filming Den of Thieves because of living that close.
And that's where we started having a lot of heart-to-hearts. Plus, so many of our scenes were him and I in the movie, and we started talking. And one particular night, there was a scene, a lot of dialogue, quick, fast-paced. So I said, do you want to come over and we're going to rehearse this? Because it was more about the rhythm. And if you're going to mess up the lines, you're not going to get the rhythm. And we did. And then we started talking, and it was just really awesome to understand what made him tick, what were his challenges, what were his hopes. Plus, we just had a good time together because we both are kind of idiots, you know. We take the job seriously. He works so hard. And when you see somebody that works hard and cares, but they don't take themselves too seriously, you know, it's they still know when to have a laugh. That's the best combination.
You feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Get your ass over here, man. Your espresso's getting cold. It really has been an honor. Before I knew you, I was obviously a fan. But, like, dude, this, I couldn't ask for a better partner, dude.
Oh, man. You
You're the best.